Hello everyone, I'm Quinncidence and I'm a US Challenger top laner, known for picking weird champs such as Heimerdinger, Quinn and Yorick. Great challenger for the last 4 seasons, and one consistent champ that I've been climbing with has been my favorite champ, Yorick. I also have an account designated to only play Yorick on, where I was a few wins away from Challenger last season, before I let it decay. I've also been playing comp for the last 5 years, and here are the tournaments that I played. I have been coached by Veigar V2 and I played with Jack Spectra. But enough about that, we're here to learn about Yorick. In this guide I will hopefully help you improve on Yorick so you can reach your desired rank, or maybe even pick him up for the first time. Let's dive into it. Why would anyone play Yorick, you may ask? Yorick is a great champion if you want to play one of the strongest split pushers in the game. He also has a really unique playstyle with his Ghouls and Maiden, which lets him push multiple lanes at the same time while taking jungle camps or fighting over important objectives such as Dragon or Nashor. Here are a couple of pros and cons. Yorick can solo Nashor with no problem as long as he has Ghouls up. He has one of the highest damage towards tower and will melt them in no time. As long as Yorick fights in a minion wave with a Maiden and Ghoul, he will rarely lose 1v1s, 1v2s or even 1v3s. Due to his Ghoul and Maiden mechanics, he can let his pet push down lanes without him being around. You can push 3 lanes at the same time if you set it up well. You also get 100% of golden XP that your pet kills. Most people have no clue what Yorick does since it's not played a lot. If you put time into him and master him, you will have a huge advantage. Cons. Yorick lacks a dash and is very easy to lock down. Without Ghouls or Maiden, Yorick will lose versus most champs. He will lose prio versus most champs on top. It can be tricky to keep Maiden alive in lane. Your Ghouls will drop aggro on a champion if he walks into bush, for example. There's too many bugs to count, so here is a quick overview of them. Now, let's quickly go over Yorick's abilities. If you are new to Yorick, feel free to pause and read all the information. Passive. Yorick raises a grave for every 12 enemies that dies near him. This gets reduced to every 6th at level 7 and every 2nd at level 13. Ghouls die from 1 auto attack. This includes Irelia Q and Kled E. Q. Yorick's next auto attack deals more damage and heals him. This ability will reset your auto attack and increase the range by 50 for that empowered attack. W. Yorick places a wall that will break after 4 seconds or 2 auto attacks from enemy champions. The health gets increased to 3 at rank 3 and 4 at rank 5. One tower shot will destroy the wall. E. Yorick throws an AoE spell that deals damage, slows enemies and marks champions or monsters hit. This ability lands faster if you throw it close to you. R. Yorick summons the Maiden and 2 to 4 Ghouls depending on rank. Normally you start level 1 with E, then Q level 2, W level 3, then you just try and max out Q, and you want to put 3 ranks in W in most games, so it gets an extra health, and then after that you want to max out E, and lastly W. Pick ultimate whenever you can, level 6, 11 and 16. Starting E is gonna help you to get the first 3 minions, especially in a hard matchup where you're not gonna be able to walk up. You can also fully max W second if you're gonna play against melee champs that doesn't really have a dash, such as Darius, Nasus. You just wanna lock them down. Then in the last scenario, you only put 1 rank in W, then you max E second. And this is if you're gonna play against champions such as Aatrox or Gwen. This is gonna be my normal rune page. You go Conquer, Presence of Mind, Bloodline, Blast Stand, Demolish, and Conditioning. Now, you can replace Presence of Mind with Overheal if you rather want to have a shield. You can also get Tenacity if they have a lot of CC. Or if you play against a tank, you can also go Cut Down. Since you're gonna rush Ravenous Hydra anyway, it could be very beneficial for you. Then if they have Heavy Poke, you can go Second Wind. They have a lot of burst and they want to dive you, maybe Bomb Blitzes for you. This is standard page attack speed, so you can last hit. Then depending on matchup, you can maybe go Armor, Magic Resist. If you have double AD topside, maybe Armor, double AP, maybe Magic Resist. Now the next option we have is you're gonna go more of a Glass Cannon build. You're gonna go full lethality, for example. Then I like to go these runes. Go Phase Rush, Mana Flow, Transcendence, Gathering Storm, Boots, and Approach Velocity. Now you could replace Phase Rush with Comet if you wanna do more damage. Comet is gonna, if they don't have a dash, Comet is gonna increase the damage by 10%-ish. But I think you're gonna do so much damage anyways, I just like to go Phase Rush, just to be safe. The third option, if you're gonna play against a Kali, for example, I really like this rune page. You're gonna go Grasp, Demolish, Conditioning. Could go Second Wind again if you wanna have a bit more fighting power early on. Overgrowth, Overheal, and Bloodline. Keep in mind that this is gonna give 100 health. This is gonna increase your shield 9% of max HP. So this combined with Overgrowth, Bloodline, and you're gonna go tanker route with this and Divine or something, it's gonna give you a lot of value. You always wanna go TP on Yorick, then you can either go Flash or Ghost. I think Ghost is scaling a lot better, but you're gonna be more vulnerable early on. Okay, so let's start about items for Yorick. As a starting items, you wanna go around Shield if you're gonna play against a lot of poke, Jace, GP, Kali. In most games, you're gonna start Longsword refillable. You're gonna play it safe early on, because this is gonna give you the best scaling. Then into hard AD matchups, such as Rengar, Tryndamere, and Renekton, I would go Cloth Armor and 4 potions, just to make sure that you're not gonna die early. Now for first item, now, in the current state of league, you wanna rush Ravenous Hydra in pretty much every single game. This gives you a big chunk of AD, some ability haste, nice Omni Vamp, and the AoE is also gonna help you a lot, especially when you fight with the Maiden. Boots, we have a couple of options. You can go Swifties, if you wanna have movement speed, and if they have a lot of slows. Could go CDR boots. I'm not a big fan of them, because you're already gonna get so much ability haste from your build. Then you have Tabis against AD, Mercs against, well, a lot of CC. I like to go Swifties in most games. For mythic options, currently I think Yakshu is insanely broken. Gonna make you so tanky. And it's also very easy for Yorick to stack it, because if the ghouls are gonna hit a champion somewhere, then this is gonna start stacking. So in most games, Yakshu is gonna be fully stacked before you even start the fight, only because they're ghouls. And you can also go Prowler if you wanna maximize damage with the ghouls. I know Slogdogs love this item. I'm not really a big fan of it. I think Yakshu is just more consistent at the moment. Then, if you want to split push, Rinder Force is always a good option. It's gonna maximize the damage against turrets. And Divine Sunder, I think this is fine if you're gonna go a tanky route, tanky team fighting route, but it's not gonna give you as much damage. For the fifth item, I think, well, after you build Ravenous Hydra and a Mythic, I think your next item should be either Sharilla's Grudge or Hullbreaker, depending on the matchups, if you want to split push or not. But you want to get one of them. And then if you're gonna go Hullbreaker, for example, in the game, then you just go Shirilla second. If you want to go Shirilla and then you want to split push, you go Shirilla Hullbreaker. Then a couple of different options. If they have a big damage threat in enemy team, you can go Anathema Chain. That'll be very good to minimize his damage against you. If they have a lot of AD, you can go Death Dance. I don't think you should get this too early, especially with Yakshu. I think it's a bit unnecessary, but if you're gonna go Trinity Force, Ravenous Hydra, and you need some AD. That maybe Defense is for you. Spear Research, I think this should be maybe 4th or 5th item if they have a lot of magic resist and your healing is gonna get increased. So you have this, which is gonna increase the healing by 25% with Ravenous Hydra healing. So this is gonna add up a lot. And if you have a lot of AD champs that are gonna auto attack you a lot, you can sit on a Warder Mail. You can get this even before for the Mythic if you just go Ravenous Hydra into Warder Mail. Or if you started Cloth Armor and 4 potions to begin with, because you have a very hard matchup, you can also go Cloth Armor. Then you get 700 gold on the first base, you get the Warder Mail, then you get Ravenous Hydra. But just sitting on this item is very efficient. You shouldn't upgrade the item. And Titanic Hydra, you're only gonna build this if you're gonna go a tanky route. So you're not gonna have Ravenous Hydra, but it's very rare this is gonna happen. Then to finish off the build, we have some other options. A Black Cleaver, this is gonna give you a lot of ability haste. It's also gonna help you shred tanks even more. But I find it hard to find a good spot to build this in most games. It has its place for sure. Guardian Angel, I like to build this last item. This is gonna maximize your damage. Even if enemy team is gonna kill you, your ghouls and your maiden is still gonna be up and fight, hopefully kill them. And I think it's just a really good item to have as a last item. Sterak, I find it hard to build it early. It's gonna be as a second to last item if they have a lot of burst and you just wanna neutralize that. Frozen Heart is gonna be really good if they have a lot of champs that are gonna auto attack you a lot and if you're gonna team fight. So with the tanky route, Frozen Heart is gonna be pretty good to have. And also Randuin, if you have a lot of crit champ, let's say you play against Tryndamere and have an AD carry that's also gonna go crit and a Jon or Yasuo mid, this item is gonna be lovely. Oracle Soul Plate, I think it's hard to fit this item as well. It has some spots. If you're not gonna go Yakshu, for example, you're gonna go Trinity Force. Maybe you just wanna be tanky later on, then maybe this is gonna be something for you. I'm gonna show you a couple of example builds. This is normal split push build. If you wanna bonk turrets, you're gonna have a lot of damage, some resistances and some health. It's mainly gonna be if you play against a lot of AD. Then Lethality example. Keep in mind that you're always gonna rush Ravenous Hydra with these builds. So in Lethality, you rush Ravenous Hydra into Brawler, into Shirilla Scratch, and then Hullbreaker if you want to split push. Otherwise you can go Black Cleaver if you want to be more of a team fight build. Finish off with Guardian Angel. This is gonna give you some crazy damage, but you're also gonna be so squishy. So keep that in mind. Then we have Grasp. Tank build. You don't have to go Grasp, but I like to go Grasp with Divine. This is nice. If you don't need to have a lot of damage, you just need to be a frontline for your team. And you're still gonna have a decent amount of damage, but it's not gonna be as crazy as a Prowler build. Divine. Frozen Heart could also beat Randuins if they have a lot of crit. Enough of Machine if they have one big damage threat again. Maybe if you're gonna teamfight a lot with this build and you're gonna have a fed ape champ, put it on him, you're gonna have some armor and you're gonna be really tanky overall. Titanic Hydra is gonna be decent with AD or with the health you're gonna get from Enough of Machine and Divine. And lastly, Shirilla Scratch is just gonna give you a lot of damage. It's also gonna give perma slow on the ghouls. This is my favorite build at the moment. Go Ravenous Hydra Rush into Yakshu. We're gonna be insanely tanky. Then, depending on how you wanna build it, you go Hullbreaker or Shirilla. Or you go Shirilla, Hullbreaker. Depends a bit how squishy you wanna be, how much damage you wanna be, or if you just prioritize having health. Then finish off with Guardian Angel. In this game, I'm gonna play against Aatrox. He's gonna be stronger than me, so I want the lane to push towards me so I can safely farm. My jungler is starting topside. Not sure about enemy jungler yet. Now I see that Aatrox is not gonna start in lane, so I'm gonna pull the wave, so it's gonna push towards me. I can also rank Q here, I lost it. If he's gonna start in lane, I'm gonna be forced to start E, just so I can farm first melee minions. Now, I'm only gonna lose it. It's gonna push, it's gonna build a wave towards me. We went for a small trader, but it doesn't really matter. The wave is still gonna build up, and it's gonna crash on next wave. Safely gonna collect it in the turret, get some graves up. Then I wanna build up a wave, bounce, and then finally crash and take a base. Last hitting, chunking a little bit. My main priority should be to have a control of the wave instead of chunking him. Because if I'm gonna use my ghouls and I'm not gonna be able to push, then it's gonna be bad. But in this game, I could do both. Now I'm stacking a wave. I'm gonna crash here. And he misplayed, so I'm gonna go and kill him. But normal games, I'm just gonna force him to just safely collect the wave. And I'm gonna take a free base. Then I'm gonna come back. If I don't get the double kill here, I would have to wait for next wave to get level 6. Now since I have level 6 and I have Tiamat, all I have to do now is just push the wave. I go to closest jungle camp, I take that, go back to the lane, push one wave, go for next, I go for crab, I go for enemy grump, go for wards, vision. So I go for the Krug now, get some wards, gonna be safe. Since I'm so strong with Tiamat and Maiden at this point, I just always push. Now I saw that Rengar was bot side, so I'm gonna be able to get the free blue. It's very important that you keep track of where enemy jungler is gonna be. I'm gonna collect the wave. It's not gonna be able to do anything against me, even without the 2 kills at this point. As long as I have the Maiden, I'm always gonna be strong to just push the wave, just get prio and do whatever I want. I'm gonna keep on pushing, push. That's all you wanna focus on early game. You don't really care if you kill him. Main priority is you just always have control about the wave. You know when you wanna base and how you wanna base. You know, next thing I wanna do, I wanna base when I have Raven and Sidra. But I also see the Krugs are gonna be up now, so I'm gonna go and collect them. Then I'm gonna get one more wave, then I'm gonna take my base. I'm gonna push it out now. Now that Aatrox went base or something, I'm not gonna care about the turrets. I'm just gonna base, get my item, then we can look for turrets. Now we're gonna have 3 minutes left until the minion plays are gonna be gone. We wanna focus on pushing the waves, chunk him, and then we can maybe get a plate or 2. And since I don't see Rengar at this point, so I'm just gonna play it safe, just wait for the wave to come in. Now I saw Rengar bot. I'm gonna try and get plates. I don't wanna go too deep, because if my ghouls are gonna hit him, the tower is then gonna hit me, and it's gonna be able to easy lock me. Could maybe die, but if I'm just gonna focus on playing it safe here, just focus on farming, I'm always gonna win. And it's also so much more consistent. I'm gonna go for my Yakshu now. Just wanna be tanky, just wanna be safe. And we have 30 seconds left before the plates are gonna fall. But same thing here, it's really hard to actually hit the turret because the ghouls are gonna hit him and then the tower is gonna hit me and I could maybe die. Just focus on farming, try and get as much gold and XP as possible. I see Krugs is up again, I go there, I collect it. This is how you wanna play the early game. Now the Rengar is all red, very rude of him. But basically, early game, you want to play it safe early. You don't want to make a lot of mistakes. You don't want to take big risks. You just want to play with the wave. If he's stronger, let him push towards you. Safely collect the wave, build up a wave, then you can crash. And into most matchups, as soon as you get level 6, you can start to have prio. I'm gonna show you when your jungler is gonna be around bot side, and you know that enemy jungler is gonna be around top side. So you can't safely push out top. So what you can do instead is just go for monster camps. If you're gonna go walk up and try and push top, enemy jungler is gonna come and kill you. Now, I'm gonna deny enemy jungler monster camps. I see Hecarim now, and he can't do anything top side. If my jungler is gonna keep on playing bot, I'm gonna get gold, Hecarim is not gonna get as much, and I'm gonna be safe. This is gonna be off the 40-minute mark, 14 to 20, 22-minute mark. I'm gonna call mid game for now. So what you wanna do then is that you still only wanna try and maximize your golden XP you can get. So if your team and enemy team is gonna fight for dragon here, you're gonna go for vision, etc. If you don't feel forced to join the fight, like if it's only gonna be the first or second drag or something, it's not really gonna matter for you. What you wanna do then is just push out the waves here, try and get jungle camps. If you're gonna be strong enough, you can and you manage to kill Aatrox to chunk him, you can maybe get the tower here. Team and enemy team is gonna fight around here for dragon. You don't really wanna get involved, because if you're gonna join them, you're not gonna be able to get as much EXP and gold as you want. That should be the main goal. They push out here, chunk him a bit. You can maybe chunk the tower, maybe kill it, go for jungle camps. Try and farm everything you can get. Maybe second herald is gonna be up. You can maybe go there, take it, Krugs, red. And then the fight is gonna be over here. Doesn't really matter who won it. Everyone are gonna reset or they die. Bam, 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 bam. Then, let's say this is gonna be around 18-minute mark, 19. People are gonna start to play for Baron. So everyone are gonna reset. Let's say this tower is gonna be gone because you took it, because you're so strong. And now his enemy team is gonna play around Baron control. Your team are gonna do the same, because it's the only thing you can do on the map really, since bot tower is gone. And mid tower is really hard to crack because I don't know, see if we're ready to carry or something. So next thing is just gonna be vision around Baron. So AD carry, you're gonna be here, the mid is gonna be top catching. And then Aatrox is gonna try and match you. Do the same thing here. If the wave is gonna be, just mark the wave with a dot. Wave is gonna be here. And every single jungle camp is up here. Instead of just going like this, collect the wave, let's go here. Try and get wolves, try and get grump. If your mid laner is gonna be topside and the blue is gonna be up, just go here, just take it. It's gonna give you a big chunk of XP. Very, very juicy. Then you go here. Say you're gonna have a ward here or something. You can walk in here. Just push out the wave, you see everyone on the map. You just gotta go 4v4, you don't really care. You just wanna split push. And at this point you should be stronger than Aatrox, so you just collect the wave, you push out here. Then you say, oh, Krugs are up. Just go take Krugs. Then you can also threaten to move up and help your team. Aatrox is gonna fix the wave and he's gonna be forced to try and follow, but he's gonna be later. Then you say, oh, chickens up, take the chickens. Then you just wanna go back to the lane. Aatrox is not gonna see you because it's gonna be hard without vision. Then it's gonna see you bot. Oh, it's pushing again. Then it's gonna go try and collect it. You're gonna be fighting. Maybe someone is gonna die. The support is gonna int, so he's gonna die. But then again, your AD carry is stupid, so he's also gonna die. You just juggle here. 20, 21, 22-minute mark. It should be hard for them to start Nash, so you should be able to have a lot of free time. Then just push waves. Camp, push wave. More camp, more camp. And Yorick is one of the quickest champs to get XP if you play it well, because you can set up ghouls. So let's say move this. Boom. Let's say Aatrox is gonna push a wave here while you're farming wolves and grump. It's gonna build up and it's gonna be a big wave. The wave is gonna be here. What you can do as Yorick, just go here. You spawn your ghouls here, and the ghouls are gonna push for you. As long as Aatrox is not gonna be around the contest, this wave is always gonna push towards him, and every single minion your ghouls are gonna kill, you're gonna get 100% XP and gold. So you can leave the ghouls here. This is gonna push. Now, let's say in this scenario that every camp is gonna be down, and you don't really have anything to do here. Both of you and Aatrox, you don't have TP. You're gonna spawn ghouls here. Then you can just go. You can just group with your team here. Aatrox is then gonna be forced. First of all, it's gonna be bad, so it's not gonna see that the ghouls are gonna be here pushing. So it's just gonna go and just match. Then all of a sudden, this wave is gonna push. Push, 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 because you're gonna have ghouls here. You can also release a maiden if you want, but I think just having the ghouls to release, it's not gonna cost you as much, and it's a lot easier to do in general. So remove this, bam, 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 done. All right, nothing is happening. I'm just covering for my team. My AD carry is back, the support is back. We're gonna go Oompa Loompa again. Just do some crazy plays, but one is gonna die, but you're not gonna be able to start Nash, for example. Then this is gonna push for you. You're gonna get all the gold, all the XP. Then you see that, oh, wolves are up again. Just go there, collect the wolves, collect the grump, and at this stage, maybe you're gonna have a lot of gold, so you're gonna take a base. Wave is gonna be pushing, maybe. If Aatrox is late, he's not gonna realize that the ghouls were here. Maybe the tower is gonna get a big chunk. Maybe you can even take the tower just with the ghouls if it's gonna be a cannon wave, and he's gonna be forced to fight here for a long time. And this is just an example of how you wanna play the mid game. Normally, you wanna play, if your team is gonna play for Nash, you wanna be a bot. Your team is gonna be on Drake, you wanna be top. So the other side of where your team is gonna play on, basically. Okay, so it's gonna be late game. We're gonna be grouping 5 mid, enemy team is gonna have 5 mid. At this point, I also have the maiden on bot, but it was before they showed the maiden icon on bot. We're gonna pick a fight here. It's looking pretty bad for us. So my team is just died. Everyone died but me. Liz is stalling for some time. My team wants to surrender. Since I had a maiden, it could also be ghouls. It doesn't have to be maiden, but in this game it's gonna be maiden. So we're gonna be pushing. Then all of a sudden, enemy team is gonna be happy here. Oh shit, we won the game. This is amazing. Woo! Stupid noobs in enemy team. And all of a sudden, I'm gonna have a wave here. Only Lee Sin is smart enough to try and defend, but I'm Yorick. He won't do much against me. My maiden, I have some ghouls, so I'm actually gonna win the game here. Another very important trick that you can do in mid to late game is that you place some ghoul on a side, you just go and group with your team, just keep them safe. This game, I'm gonna do it bot, I'm gonna sponsor ghouls, and on the minimap it's not really gonna show that it's gonna be ghouls here, so they actually have to look. So we're gonna be here, and as soon as the wave is gonna hit enemy base, and my team is gonna pick a fight with them, I'm instantly gonna TP. And since they're gonna be in a fight, we're gonna struggle to recall. I would manage to defend the Nexus, but I got the towers at least. So now I can just try and sneak through all the vision, just go around. I know that they don't have ward here. I'm gonna flash over, and then they can't really stop me. Here in the next scenario, our soul is gonna be spawning soon, so I'm gonna spawn some ghouls on top, so he's gonna push. And then I realize that, oh, so no one's gonna be around Nash, so I'm gonna be able to start Nash while enemy team is get the dragon. My team is gonna try and fight them. So Yorick is insanely strong at soloing Nash if he just gets the time to do it. Now they're gonna spot the ward, but most of them are gonna be on Drake. Now Jon is gonna come now and he's gonna try and steal it, but I managed to get it. Then Stein is gonna ult after me, but I'm just gonna block it with my W, and then I can safely base just have Nash. So after that we got Nash, we resetted, and since my top was already pushing since before, Wave is now crashing towards the turret, so as soon as we're gonna pick a fight here, people are gonna be dying. I'm gonna TP here, and then I'm gonna go for the end. And my team managed to stop the TP, which is nice. Now it's gonna try and defend, but only Nautilus is gonna struggle to defend here, even though it's gonna be fairly close. Now John's gonna be spawning, but I have my ghouls up, so even if it's gonna ult through, I'm gonna use my W to just try and block them, and I end the game. Right, some quick tip and tricks on Yorick. Q. It's gonna give you 50 range when you use Q. You can see. Now, I'm gonna auto-attack range. It's gonna be a bit shorter. With W, you can block Cyan ult, Kled ult, for example. You can also stop channels, so you can stop teleports, Arthur's ultimate, Shan ultimate, if you place it on the edge. E lands quicker if you throw it close to you. This is gonna be turret's priority. It's first gonna hit your W, then cannon or super minions, or ghouls, melee minions, caster minions, maiden, and lastly you. This is called tower juggling, so basically the tower wants to hit you, but you're gonna walk back and forth just outside of the range, and it's not gonna hit your ghouls or the maiden if you do it well. The last tip is just gonna be that you can always, pretty much always throw the ghouls on Grump and they can solo it. Here is a quick tier list that I made about different champions, how difficult they are for Yorick to lane against, etc. And on the top you have Irelia, obviously. It's just gonna one-shot your little babies with her Q, and you can have a push into her, she's gonna get a big CS lead, and she's gonna one-shot you. Warwick is fairly similar in a way. He's gonna pull the wave, and then he's just gonna zone you. It doesn't matter if you're gonna spawn ghouls or the maiden, he's just gonna heal everything up, just kill the ghouls, keep a freeze, and you're gonna suffer. I'm not gonna cover every single champ, but you have a lot of champs that are really difficult early, but as long as you just get to 1-2 items and you're gonna be even with them, Olaf for example, and Renekton, then most of the easy matchups, they're gonna be immobile champs. You can just cage them, you manage to land E, and then all of a sudden they're just gonna die. And for the most important part of this guide, obviously it's gonna be the skin tier list. S tier, we have Yorick, that goes without saying. He's a cute cat, he has cute cats. The skin is just perfect. On A, we have Arclight Yorick and we have Spirit Blossom. Both of them really cool, very poggers. And on B, we have Undertake Yorick, also looks really cool, even though I think the ghouls are the same as the base skin, which is a bit meh. On C, we have the 2 Pentakill skins, and we have Classic skin. Then last, we have Poop tier, and we have Resistance Yorick. This skin is just abysmal, very ugly. Please never play with this. This sound is annoying. Skin line is ugly. Whew. Right, that took some time. Thank you so much for watching this guide. Hope you learned something. If you didn't, unlucky. If you want to see me live on Twitch, you can go on that link. If you want to subscribe and help me on my YouTube, there's that thingy. And if you want to join my Discord, click on that thingy. Thank you.